Well, hello, everybody. See who we got in chat. We got Shatika Woods. We got Gladys Pellegrino, Nancy McKay. Hello, ladies. What are y'all doing this evening? Nancy says, oh, good. I made it in time. I don't know where everybody's at. We got 5 watching. We got 3 in chat. So that means we got 2 silent viewers. I don't know where everybody's at. We got Connie, Susan, Randy, April. But they may not show up till a little bit later, so we'll see. How's everybody doing this evening? We've had nothing but rain all day. It started raining last night. The wind blew. I had tomato plants laying over this morning, and I couldn't get out there to them. I went out there about an hour ago and tried to stand some of them back up. I'm going to have to get out there tomorrow and tie some of them up and restake them because that wind was terrible on them. It laid a lot of plants over. My poor sunflowers are leaning. They were so nice and pretty and straight, and now they're leaning sideways. And there's Mary Zener. Hello. How's Mary this evening? Yeah, we've had rain all day, so I couldn't get outside to do anything. So as a backup, I did another cooking video today. I mean, I have to eat, so why not do a video on it? Well, good, Mary. The wind died down this morning, but it's poured down rain all day long. I was out there literally pouring water out of the pots a little while ago because the top of the pots were standing that deep in water. That's going to drown my plants. So I was draining all the pots out, making sure the holes weren't stopped up to where they could drain. And there's Rudy. Hello, Rudy. 7:02 p.m. Yep, that's right. 7:02 p.m. Well, it's just been a steady downpour here all day. It's not raining much here right now. It may be sprinkling a little bit. Hopefully it's going to stop pretty soon. I think my yard has enough rainwater for one day. We need a day or two for it to dry off again before we get any more rain. I mean, too much rainwater is just as bad as none, not having enough. Because you can drown your plants as well as just burn them up. So we usually go from one extreme to the other here in Texas. It's either extremely dry or it's extremely wet. It's flooding. We've had flash flood warnings all day. And I'm sure there's a lot of people around me, down below me, that are flooded, but I'm not. Like I said, the water stands in my yard while it's raining because it literally was raining so fast. It couldn't soak in the ground as fast as it was raining. But as soon as it quits raining, the water's gone. It soaks down immediately. So don't have to worry really about it flooding here, but you can flood out my pots if the drain stopped up. Too much rain, yeah. Yeah, we get ours all in at one season, and then when it quits raining, it just goes into a hot, dry drought, and then we don't get any more rain the rest of the summer. It's just crazy. If it would space itself out and rain a couple of times a week all summer long, we'd be pretty good off. Hi, Shelley. How's Shelley today? And there's Lulu. Hi, Linda just got here. I was making bead bracelets with girls, but I'm here. By the way, I love your plants. Celebrating my daughter. 12. Oh, well, tell her happy birthday. Happy 12th birthday. I don't have enough cookies to send out to people. I gave my neighbor kids some, about a dozen and a half or so of them. So I don't really have that many left. MJ showed up just as you went live, so I have to make him biscuits and gravy. All I know is, the recipe is in the video. Y'all can make cookies just like that. A lot easier than I can make another batch and mail them out. It costs so much for postage. You can make them cheaper than you can pay the postage to mail them. Only kidding, Linda. And there's Dennis. Oh, that's Stephanie. I know. I almost said Dennis, but I know that's Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. How are you doing today? I know the little box I sent out one time several months ago. It was like about $10 for like a dozen cookies to send them out. That's outrageous. You could make them for that. You could buy your raisins and walnuts and everything you need to make your cookies and make you 5 dozen by that recipe. I mean, they're easy to make. You saw in the video how easy they are. It only takes 12 to 15 minutes to cook them. I'm doing real good. It's just that it's rained and rained and rained all day today, and some of my plants were laying down. So I was out there trying to right them up a little bit. I'm going to have to get out there tomorrow when it's dried off a little and get some tomato stakes out of the shed and reinforce some of my tomato plants and maybe some of my sunflowers because they were top heavy. And that wind we had last night blowed everything almost over. I haven't checked my mailbox today, but I haven't got any cards today. The cards I did get were up on the refrigerator until today, and I finally took them down. And there's Connie Carroll. Hello. How's Connie and Lulu? Yeah, I haven't even been to the mailbox today. I don't know if the mailman even stopped or not. I guess I could run out there right quick. Y'all entertain yourself. I'll be right back. Well, I got a mailbox full, but I didn't get any cards. I got my bank statement and a circular for one of the grocery stores and an order that I had placed for some stuff, but no cards. Oh, and said Jess right here in town didn't get hers either. That was mailed in the same batch. Oh, and there's Connie. Connie come in while I was running to the mailbox. Good evening, Connie. I know, it's crazy. When my granddaughter lived in Joshua, I could mail a birthday card from here to her house. It would take 2 or 3 weeks to get over there, and you can drive it in an hour. Now, since she's moved to Crowley, which I think is it's about the same different distance, but it's a little bit harder to get to. She gets her mail a lot quicker. So it depends on how the mail route is. You know, where they go with it when they leave here and that kind of thing. So evidently they had Joshua way down on the list for deliveries because it would be 2 or 3 weeks before she'd get anything I'd mail. And now she gets it in a matter of days. She usually gets it the same week I mail it. I know, I was watching some of that stuff, Susan. It's terrible. I know it doesn't seem as personal, but can you at least read it? I don't know who you're talking to, Susan. Who are you talking to, Susan, about reading? You said at least read it. You said, I know it doesn't seem as personal, but you can at least read it. I don't know who you were talking to about that. I've still got your card because I got to keep that until I go to Chili's so I remember what I'm ordering. I'll get the Costada Explosion Salad. It sounds really good. Oh, I was talking about the note in it. In my card that you sent me, I did read it. I read that whole card the day it came, front and back. It says, how is this birthday card like your nose? And it says it was carefully picked, happy birthday. And then down below it where Susan wrote, down below here a note, she says, I want you to go to Chili's and get a Costada Explosion Salad. Costada Explosion Salad. I think you'll really like it. This is enough for you to have an appetizer and a drink and a tip for the server. And that was the gift card that she sent me for Chili's to go get that Costada Explosion Salad. And I told her that's exactly what I'm going to get when I go there. I'll probably end up having to bring half of it home because it'll be so much I can't eat it. There's April. Hi, April. What's April up to? You just had an earthquake? I'm glad we don't have earthquakes here. Every once in a while I hear a boomer and it sounds like the one of the jets had busted the sound barrier, you know, it goes boom. Just goes in a boom and the windows will rattle a little bit and then it's gone. I don't think it has anything to do with an earthquake though. Yeah, we're under flood watches here. We've been under a flood watch all day and yesterday. Because, like I said, it poured down rain all day long. I mean, it poured, not just a nice steady rain. It literally poured to where you could see the water standing in my yard. And like I said, it'll stand while it's raining real hard like that. But as soon as the rain stops, the water disappears. It soaks down that fast. But it was literally raining so fast, the ground couldn't soak it up. Susan, read it and really means a word to me. You are so sweet. I'm keeping it. Family photo album, dried happy tears. Yeah, it's humid here. It's going to be even worse tomorrow when it's not raining and the sun comes out, because the sun hasn't been out today. I'm glad it did what I wanted. That must have been the card to Connie. And there's Catherine Bella Rose. Hello. How's Catherine doing? Yeah, I hope so too. I hope she doesn't get any more earthquakes. Oh, you're recovering slowly from your nasty fall. I'm sorry about you falling. I hope you didn't get hurt too bad. Hello, nursing home, and from me in Heritage, PA. Well, hi, Barbara. I hope you're doing well this evening. Oh, Stephanie, you're going to be moving soon? Where are you moving to? A tornado warning for Houston earlier tonight. I don't know. Oh my God, Catherine, you broke your foot and wrenched the back. Oh my gosh. And Stephanie's moving to Kentucky. She first says Turkey, and I thought to myself, Turkey or Kentucky? Yeah, I bet that hurt. You broke your foot. Oh my goodness. Sheila says, Linda, I watched your video when we were doing your hallway floor. Boy, you are amazing to be able to do that. I felt bad for you struggling to get that board into your house. Well, I've got to do the living room and the kitchen. The only thing is with the kitchen, I don't know how I'm going to move the stove because I've got to get a new sheet of plywood underneath the stove. And I've got to get a piece under the refrigerator. Well, good, Stephanie. I hope you do make those cookies. They are the best. Yeah, I remember watching Dark Shadows, The Edge of Night, All My Children, all of those soap operas when I was a kid. Well, I've just about had to be a woman of all trades because on the income I've got, I don't have the money to pay these outrageous prices that people want to come in and do a job for you. And then when you ask them to do something, they don't do what you want them to do. They do what they want to do. And a lot of times cause another problem for you to have to pay for to take care of. And I found even if I could afford to pay them, I don't think I would because they would tear something else up. So I've been trying to do the floor myself. Yeah, I just don't know how I'm going to get the stove raised up enough to get plywood pushed under it. Or the refrigerator because it's the old refrigerator. And it's not on wheels, so it's not easily to move it. You can't move it at all. I don't know how I'm going to get it moved. Oh, that sounds good, Shelley. You're cooking chicken, corn on the cob, and potato salad. I need to make me some potato salad. I haven't made any in a while. Oh, wow, Stephanie, that's good. So your degree is good for Kentucky? A lot of times you can't transfer from one state to the other. I don't know where you're at right now. Ohio, isn't it? Where Dennis was? Oh my God, 4,000 a month for the cheapest apartment? That sounds like New York prices right there. You're still in Council Bluffs? Yeah, I know. That's the reason I haven't messed with it. I'm just using the shower curtain behind the door. It works. Yeah, but the only reason I haven't finished out the living room and the kitchen is because I don't know how I'm going to get the stove and refrigerator moved to put the floor under it. And it's got to be done that way, so I don't know. We will see. Maybe I'll have a good Samaritan come knock on my door. Massachusetts is unbelievably high. Well, I know New York City is. I mean, you pay $4,000 a month to live in a closet. I was watching the films on small apartments in New York City, and they would take you on a tour of the apartment and then tell you how much it cost a month. Oh my God. I'd rather have my mobile home here than one of those apartments they show. They were little boxes. And I think the cheapest one was like $2,000 or $3,000. And it was not even as big as my kitchen, the whole apartment. I mean, you lived in one room and it wasn't even 10 by 12 feet hardly. I mean, that's crazy. But it's convenient. You know, you're in the city. If you're in the city, even a little closet of an apartment costs a lot of money. Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, Connie? Well, I think with a guy doing it, the stove wouldn't be too awfully bad because I know you can slide it out and they slid it back in real pretty easy because the new stove I've got is not that heavy. The old one was a lot heavier. But now this refrigerator, that refrigerator is one of the old school refrigerators. It's got the condenser type freezing compartment thing under the bottom. And that thing weighs a ton. These new refrigerators are a lot lighter weight than the one I've got in here. You grew up in the center of Boston, but you never could afford to live there now. I hear you. That's one reason I stayed right here where I'm at for so many years. I couldn't afford to live anywhere else. It's not that cheap to live in Granbury. I mean, it's cheaper than New York and some of the prices y'all are quoting. But for me, on the income I've had, I had all I could do to keep my head above water, keep my bills paid from month to month. Especially when I had two kids living at home. There just wasn't money for anything. Yeah, I know that the people that were displaced, they lost their homes, they're still living in tents. They're going to be there for a while until they can get homes rebuilt and insurance settlements straightened out. Oh, wow. Well, please do, Stephanie. We don't want to lose you as a chat member. Well, this one is a 1969, so y'all figure that up. How old is it? I've replaced the stove that was in here. That was the original stove because it just looked so bad I didn't want to use it anymore. But the refrigerator I painted. I painted it the silver and or stainless steel look. And it still works. I mean, it keeps everything cold to the point that it freezes stuff most of the time, no matter how you put the setting. But I said that was better than putting milk in the refrigerator and letting it sour because it doesn't stay cold enough. But yeah, that refrigerator that's in here, that was the original refrigerator that was put in this house when it was built. And it's a 1969, so it's over 50 years old, that refrigerator. And the electrician had told me, he said, lady, he said, that refrigerator, that thing will run and keep things cold until the whole refrigerator falls apart. It'll still be running. Yeah, there's not many of these new models that'll last 55 years. Well, I'm still using a washing machine. I've replaced the washer probably 2 or 3 times since I've lived here. I've just literally wore them out. I was able to fix this washer the last time it messed up. It wasn't anything but the drain hose got a hole in it and it flooded the floor. Well, I got that fixed, so it's there's no problem. I can use it. But I've said many a time that if I ever get another one, I might consider getting one of those combination washer and dryers in one unit. I talked to a couple that had one, and they said they liked theirs pretty good, but they said it does take longer because you'll wash a load of clothes and then you got to dry the load before you put another load in to wash them. So it takes a little bit longer to do that. It still works, Connie. Yeah, they made things back then to last. They make them today to where they will break down after a few years because they want to stay in business. They want to sell you another one. Those old wringer washers were great. Catherine says, I have a combination washer and dryer. Yeah, I know you can get them in just one unit, and that's all I have room for is just the one unit to go in the bathroom, the main bathroom. And then it's got to go through like a 24-inch or 25-inch door, so it can't be very big. But I said they probably make apartment size combination washer and dryers that I might be able to get. There's no telling how much it would cost, though. Angela DP says, I just recently came across your channel. I subscribed. Well, thank you so much, Angela. Glad to have you. Welcome to my channel. I've been getting new subscribers every day, which has been surprising to me. They all seem to like my videos. All right, April. She'll be back soon. I know everything is computer. You buy a washing machine and you got to figure out how to work it because it's operated by a computer. And there's Kai. Hello, Kai. Welcome back. We haven't seen you in a few chats. Yeah, it's always nice to see Kai pop in. Been a busy few weeks. Well, that's understandable. It's your cookies. Yeah, we definitely miss Kai when he's not here. I just happened to, it tickled me because I was thinking about what Kai said. He sent me a message one time and he said, you got a lot of lady cougars in your chat. Not really. They're just funning with you, Kai. They're cutting up and joking with you. They know you're a good-looking young man, and we've got a few years on us, but they're joking and cutting up with you. Free on YouTube. Yeah, I watch a lot of movies on YouTube because a lot of time people will go to the theater and they'll record the movie, and you're not supposed to do that, but they record it, and before you know it, they've got it up on YouTube so you can watch it for free. Well, my son turned 49. Well, he hasn't turned that yet. He'll be 49 May 29th, in another week or so. And my daughter is 55. She'll be 56 in January. God, it seemed like I'm that age. I shouldn't have kids that old. Well, I got married the first time when I was 15 years old. My daughter was born when I was 20. Or she was born in January. I turned 20 that May. And then I divorced and remarried and had my son. And now I'm divorced again. 34 years, got married at 25, but I have known my husband and since we were 11 and 12. Wow, that's a long time, Connie. That's kind of like my brother and his wife. They were married for over 50 years because they already celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. They'd started dating in high school. And we were from the same small country town, so everybody knew everybody. So they knew one another a long time before they ever started dating. And then my brother enlisted in the Army because they were drafting young men left and right back then. And he decided he was going to go ahead and enlist so he could get into the branch of the military that he wanted to go in, instead of them drafting him and putting them where they wanted him to go. And right after he enlisted, him and Johnny got married. So I think he had already graduated high school. He enlisted in the Army, and then him and Johnny got married. 76 to be exact, Sheila. I was born in 1948. Oh no, April, I'm so sorry. I was hoping when he went to the rehab center that he would get straightened out and he'd be good when he got out, but it doesn't sound like it. Yeah, there's 6 years difference in my son and daughter. Oh wow, wonder why it keeps bumping you out, Susan. Yeah, that is kind of weird. This storm has had our internet messed up because I kept getting calls from Spectrum saying that they were having an outage and they were having difficulties with the internet. And then finally they came back on this morning and said that they finally got it all straightened out. There was no more issues with the internet. So I says, well, thank God. I don't know. It might have something to do with the weather. Who knows? And there's Tenny. Welcome, Tenny. Good evening to you. Glad you could make it. I went out there and I was going to use the water hose, I think, to wash my feet off before I came in the house. And the handle of the spigot fell right off in my hand. So the little faucet thing that's on it broke. So I'm going to have, next time I go out to town, I'll have to buy a new hose, little faucet thing for my water hose. Or for the garden hose. Oh, wow. I heard something else about all that. There's a lot of parts of the states that will be, they claim, completely underwater in another 20, 30 years. I'm not supposed to say tennis. And there's Vegan Menu. Hello, Vegan. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, the whole coastline is probably going to be different in the next 30, 40 years. Or say anywhere from 20 to 40 years coming up. Linda, did I tell you my nurse and her son joined your channel this afternoon? Well, thank you, Gladys. Tell them thank you for doing that. Glad they did. Welcome aboard. Oh, wow, April. When California breaks off, Hawaii will be gone from Tusami. So Hawaii will be underwater. Yeah, I don't know what this summer's going to be like. No, I haven't. I haven't made my mac and cheese yet. I don't usually put tomatoes in my mac and cheese. I just use mac and cheese. I don't want nothing in my mac and cheese but mac and cheese usually. Or maybe some sliced up ham. I like ham chopped up in my mac and cheese. April says we'll be surfing the big kahuna from a microwave and the plastic fell off and caught it in midair. I was tossing it up and down saying, hot potato. I bet that was something to see. I hope you didn't burn your hands on that potato. Oh, wow, Connie. I bet that was a lot of fun. You got to babysit with your newest granddog yesterday. He's so adorable. Her son fixed my pad a little. I keep dropping it, rolls off my big belly and onto the floor. Well, you're going to have to put a safety strap on your pad so you don't drop it anymore. Put you a Velcro cord on it or something. Yeah, I know everybody makes it differently. I like to take the Kraft cheese that's in the big box, the 3 pound box, and I make mine with that. Sometimes I even put a little bit of uh, cream cheese in it. It's really good if you melt just a little bit of cream cheese in that other cheese and make mac and cheese. Like ketchup on mac and cheese. I've never tried ketchup on mac and cheese. But I know usually everybody around here likes to make mac and cheese with this sharp cheddar, the big blocks of it that they chop up and put it in a casserole dish with your pasta noodles and put it in the oven and bake it like that. I like it, but I'm used to making it with my Kraft cheese, that's in the block. That's the Velveeta cheese, because that's what I ate growing up. That's the way my mom made it. And I love mac and cheese made with Velveeta cheese. Yeah, you don't have to put much in it, but put your cheese in it like you normally would, and then just slice off, depending on how much mac and cheese you're going to make. Just slice off a little bit of your cream cheese and drop it in and melt it up and mix it all in. It's really good. You love mac and cheese in the box? Well, that's kind of the way mine tastes. Because sometimes when I was married to my first husband, money was tight. And I didn't have money to buy the cheese and the pasta and all that to put it together. So I'd buy the Kraft mac and cheese in the little box. And it had a little can of cheese in it. And of course, and it had a little envelope full of some kind of seasoning stuff. And you boil your noodles, you open your little can and dump your cheese in and stir it all up. And it was pretty good. I love making it like that. But that's kind of the way my mac and cheese tastes with my Velveeta cheese. And I've just gotten used to eating it like that. And when I eat it where they make it in the casserole dish and put it in the oven with the sharp cheddar chopped up and melted in it, I don't know, mine has more of a cheesy taste than that does for some reason. I never cared for the mac and cheese they put in the casserole dish with the sharp cheddar. I guess because I was not used to eating it. It doesn't have as much of a taste to it to me as the Velveeta cheese. Yeah, I used to do that too. We'd get Chef Boyardee cheese pizza in the box and I'd make it. But I bought a lot of those macaroni meals in a box. But they were always the ones with the little can of cheese inside. I mean, there was times when I bought the one that just had the little package that you mix with milk and butter. And that was all right in a pinch. And we did eat quite a bit of that because we were in a pinch quite often. Used to come with a little can of cheese. Yeah. Well, see, that's the good thing about making mac and cheese when you've got the big block, the 3 pound box of cheese. You can just slice off how much cheese you want, and then you boil how many elbow macaroni noodles you want, and you can make mac and cheese just for one person. That's how I do it. Used to make pizza with English muffins. That sounds good. Well, I did several videos on making pizza on French bread, slicing it and making it, and then on the Italian bread, which is a little different. And it comes out great because if you put it in the oven and leave it the length of time it's supposed to stay there, the bread part, the crust comes out crunchy. It's almost like eating a thick crusted pizza, which is real good. French bread pizza, yep. You can make French bread pizza, Italian bread pizza. Get you some Hawaiian hamburger buns and make you some hamburger bun pizzas. Pizza on tortillas. Yeah, I guess you could do that too. Y'all gonna have to watch my video that's going out in the morning. You make pita bread pizza. Well, I bet that's good too. Well, I was trying to think of ways, my recipes that I could come up with a way to make something with zucchini other than just sauteing it in the pan with onions or cooking it in a loaf of bread, zucchini bread. So I come up with a good, really good recipe today that's in my video. Y'all will like it. You ran out of time before you could make the oatmeal cookies today. Well, you can do them tomorrow. I've got a video here a while back on making zucchini bread. And oh my God, that zucchini bread is so good. It's like eating a cake because you actually put icing on it. And that was the best zucchini bread I've ever had in my life. Y'all have to look that video up. Oh no, Barbara, you had to turn off your laptop. Somebody was trying to hack your site. Oh, wow. Yeah, making it on all these different breads it's really good. You'll be surprised. And there's Betty Blue. Hi, Betty Blue. Welcome. Ooh-wee. Tell me I'm gonna need a cup of coffee. I ate a big bowl of something before the chat. I mean, this live chat. So I got my belly full. And usually when I sit down and get still after eating a big meal, I just want to take a nap. Almost like Thanksgiving dinner. But my video's on something I bet y'all have never seen before. You probably never fixed it before. So you need to watch it in the morning and fix you some. It's good. I ate that whole big bowl full of it that I showed in my video. I didn't think I was going to be able to eat it all, but it was so good and I was hungry. Oh, wow. You made homemade coleslaw today. And when hubby got home, he wanted slaw dogs. So that's what we had. Are you saying you put coleslaw on your hot dogs? Is that what a slaw dog is? I've never heard of a slaw dog, so. But it sounds good because I like coleslaw. No. Yeah. Okay. That sounds real good. Tomato sauce, then add thinly chopped, then add shredded. It sounds like it comes out great, Catherine. No, I haven't. I've never made pizza in a bowl. But I like all the ingredients, so why not? And you know, years ago when I was still married, we used to go out and get pizza once in a while during the week. And at Pizza Hut, I noticed there was a lot of women that would come in and they'd pile their dish up with slices of pizza. But then I noticed when they sat down at the table to eat, they didn't eat the crust. They took their fork and they scraped all of the toppings off in a pile. And they put the crust over to the side. And they ate the toppings, didn't touch the crust because they didn't want the bread. So I guess that would be pizza in a bowl, wouldn't it? If you just put all the toppings in a bowl and ate it like that. Yeah, and I think I've got some of my mashed potato squash that are ready to be picked. I wasn't sure how big they were supposed to be, but to my understanding, what I found out, they're not supposed to be very big. They're only maybe about the size of a grapefruit, and maybe not even as big as a grapefruit when you pick them and cook them. Because I've never grown mashed potato squash before. So I'm going to have a video on those coming up sometime in the near future. It's mashed potato squash. And it starts out looking like a little white, completely white pumpkin. And then as it matures, it gets green streaks on it. But it's ridged kind of like a pumpkin. And they don't get much bigger than what you could hold in your hand. They don't get much bigger than a baseball. Well, probably, yeah, more like a small grapefruit. So I guess I'm going to be picking a couple of those pretty soon and see if I can come up with a recipe to cook them. Yeah, I think I've already done a video on spaghetti squash. There's that, and there's Tennessee blue squash, Tennessee blue winter squash, or something like that. All your corn blew over. Oh no. Well, a lot of my sunflowers are leaning because they couldn't fight the wind, so they're kind of laying over a little bit. Zucchini boats are delicious. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I fixed spaghetti squash, I think several different videos that I've done in the past already. Oh, man. Oh. But I used three little small zucchini in the recipe that I did today that I'll be posting tomorrow. I'm growing eggplant. I grew it last year and I did cook it, but I'm not really crazy about eggplant. It just has an odd taste to me. Now, eggplant parmesan I would probably like better than any of it. She has to go. It happened. Okay, Connie. Well, at least maybe she's watching. You like the way it looks when you grow it, but you don't like to eat it. Well, I've got some growing out there now. I mean, it's not big enough to produce eggplants yet. I had a few that did produce. I had two different types of eggplant last year. One was a smaller eggplant, kind of light bluish looking, and the other one was the darker, I guess black eggplant. But they didn't get as big as they should have gotten. I don't know why. I guess maybe it was the soil they were planted in. Chicken parm is your favorite? Yeah, I like chicken parm too. Anything with cheese on it. A little bit of tomato sauce and cheese, you got me. Me either. That's the reason when I eat okra, I want it fried. I want it breaded and fried. I love it that way. I don't like it boiled. I don't like it cooked in a soup. I don't want it cooked in tomatoes. Because to me it's slimy. I can't eat it. But I love it fried. I dearly love it fried. In fact, sometimes when I go to Chicken Express, and I haven't been there in a long time, I'll get their 6 chicken livers with a side order of okra, and then their biscuits and gravy. And oh, it's so good. Yeah, that's the way it is. When I fry it, it's crunchy. You batter it and fry it, or flour it and fry it. Yeah, it kind of looks like an acorn squash. It looks like a little pumpkin to me because it's got ridges around it, just like a pumpkin. Only they're white when they first grow, and then as they mature, they put green lines in the little dip that's in it. I can't explain it. Yeah, if you soak eggplant in a little bit of salt water or salt it a little bit and leave it sit, a lot of the water comes out of the eggplant, and then you can dry it off and fry it, and it won't be as moist. Oh, I love fried chicken livers. And I love fried okra. Oh my God, I could eat my weight in it. I love rutabagas, but I like them cooked with the rutabaga itself kind of mashed up like mashed potatoes. Just kind of mash it and eat it like that. Or cut it up in little cubes and boil it till it's done and eat it like that. I love rutabaga. And I'm trying to grow some, but I tell you, mine is struggling. I don't know if it's because I put them in such small pots. Maybe they do better if they were in a bigger container. I don't know. Some of them look okay. Some of them are struggling. So we'll see which one works. You always salt your eggplant and let it soak. Yeah, because that helps get the liquid out of the eggplant. I've eaten it raw before too. The okra. It's pretty good if you get a small tender one. And I like to eat my asparagus. I go out there sometimes, and if there's only 1 or 2 asparagus shoots growing, I'll pop them off and stand right there and eat them. Eat them raw. And it's good. I was surprised they are pretty good raw. And there's Vintage Country Girl. Hello. Welcome to our chat. No liver or fish liver in my... Well, I like chicken livers fried. I like beef liver fried. And I like fish. I've never eaten a fish liver, so I don't know about that. Yeah, I've got a load of clothes I need to wash right now. I'll probably do it before I go to bed tonight and just hang them up in the bathroom to dry because it's been so rainy. And I haven't been hanging anything outside because of these big old buck caterpillars. I said I can just see me going out there taking clothes in off the line and bring caterpillars in with them, and I'm not doing that. I'm gonna wait till those caterpillars are pretty much gone before I hang clothes outside. And in fact, I've got to wash my bedspread, my big bedspread, and the only place to dry it is out there on the line. Ooh, me. But it'll be when those caterpillars are gone. Now I'm so hot. It's only 68 degrees here right now, so it's comfortable in here. That's one thing about it. The rain, that storm that come through, it sure cooled the temperatures down, but they're not going to stay down very long. They'll be right back up. And that hot steam coming from the rain soaked into the ground, oh, it's going to steam the plants. Well, I gave you the complete recipe in the video, so you should make some. And if you make them by the spoonful, like the recipe says, you should end up with about 5 dozen cookies. They're kind of small, but they're really good. Hurry. 91 where you're at, Sheila? Well, if it hadn't been from that storm going through, it probably would be close to that here now. But these storms cool things down a little bit. Small is good just means you could eat more. Yep, that's right. Yeah, if it's in the 90s, it's hot. Goodness me. I know even with AC on, if it's 90 degrees outside, you're going to sweat inside, even in the AC. Not for us, Sheila says. Not like frying pan hot. You don't like Texas heat, huh? Vegan menu. Well, ours passed through last night and left us with heavy rain all day today. I mean, that storm passed through last night with a lot of thunder and lightning, high winds. But by this morning, it had passed pretty much. There was no more thunder and lightning, no more high winds, but we had heavy, heavy rain all day. And it's cooled temperatures off a little bit. Cindy says it's 47 degrees there and it's raining. So that's a little on the chill. No, 61. No, it's 47 degrees here and raining. So that's pretty chilly. And Connie said 61 where she's at with 66% humidity. I don't know what the percentage is on humidity here, but I know it's going to be pretty high. I know, that's what I'm always afraid of. Oh, big. You're getting my rain tomorrow, Shelley? Well, we don't need no more rain for a few days, that's for sure. See if I can find what the humidity percentage is here. You mean we got more rain starting in about 2 hours, it says. So we're not done with our rain yet. Yep, it's 8:13 now, and they say about 10 p.m. we're going to get some more rain right on through 2 a.m. in the morning. Humidity is 80% here. So 80% is way up there, y'all. Yep, so I'm glad I dumped some of those things out today because the trays are already overflowing. And I had one of my tiers in my 5-tier planter. The holes got stopped up, and it was an inch standing water in the top of that planter, and it was the very top tier. But it was easy enough to take care of. I just got one of those little stakes and I stuck it up through the holes in the bottom and opened the drain hole up, and it all drained out fairly easy. So I think it'll be okay. Oh, man. That's more than Maui. Yeah, 80% humidity here, y'all. And when that sun comes out tomorrow and it heats up, oh my gosh. It's gonna be like being in a sauna. But it's the best for your complexion. Did y'all know that? High humidity and the heat with the moisture in the air does great for your complexion, your skin. Whew. I can't quit yawning, y'all. I apologize. And I took a nap, or I laid down. Me and little buddy laid down a little while because it was lightning and thundering about noon. And I put some food out on the porch for little buddy, and he was not liking it out there. See, finally he came on in the house. I put a towel down. I dried him off with a towel, and then I folded it in half and laid it on the ground or on the floor close to the door. And he curled up on it, and he took him a nap. He stayed on the towel until I laid on the couch, put my feet up, and was just going to rest, with my legs elevated. And he gets up and he jumps up there on my stomach and lays down. And he goes right back to sleep. But after it quit raining and it settled down outside, he was ready to go back outside. He's not no stupid cat. He don't want to be out there when it's thundering and lightning and the wind's blowing rain everywhere. I need him a little cat house to put out there, but I don't know if he would use it. I'd probably have every other cat in the neighborhood using it but him. I thought about that several times, making him a little cat house. You know, people make dog houses. Why not make a cat house? But like I said, I don't know if he'd use it. I don't even know if he'd go in it. Yep, cats rule the home. He's so funny because I'll give him food. He'll eat a little bit of it, and then he's scratching back at the door. And it's like, little buddy, I gave you food. You got food out there. What's the problem? Well, the problem is he's got food, but it's not what he wants. He wants a different kind of food, or he wants his cat treats. Sometimes I'll give him a little bit of cat treats in his bowl. He'll eat them, and he'll scratch at the door wanting more. So I'll give him a little more. And then finally he'll have enough, and he won't scratch at the door anymore. He's so funny. Connie says my cat's holding a grudge for playing with the dogs. She says dogs drool, cats rule. That's true. Yeah, but when little buddy comes in the house, if it's bad weather, I'll let him in because that way he don't have to stay out in the rain. He always wants you to get on the couch with him because he likes to cuddle up next to you and go to sleep, but he wants you sitting there with him. And usually he'll stay there the whole time you're sitting there. Oh no, and pee on the towel. Little buddy laid on the towel. I dried him off because he was pretty wet. The way the wind was blowing and it was spraying the mist on him. So I dried him off. And then I laid the towel, folded it in half, and laid it in the floor right at the edge of the entertainment center in the rug. And he went over there and curled up on it, and he went to sleep. He took him a nap for quite a while on the towel. Because I was over here in the kitchen busy, and I was on the computer, and I was doing a video, and so he was curled up on the towel. Yeah, they look great. I've never had any luck with cactus, the Christmas cactus here. I wish I could grow it, but if I put it in the house, it doesn't get enough sun. I guess I could put one on the back porch, but then it might get so hot it would burn it up. Yeah, he's spoiled. He's got me trained. If I don't give him what he wants, he comes back to the door, scratching on the door, letting me know he wants something else. Or sometime he'll eat it all and he'll come back to the door scratching, wanting more. So I'll put him more food in his bowl. But only to be fed. Yeah, cats are kind of funny. And usually when I let him in, I am sitting watching a movie or watching TV or something, you know. So he always gets up there beside me. So if he comes in and I'm not sitting on the couch so he can get up beside me, he'll meow, meow. He'll come walking around and he'll look up at me, meow, like, you need to come sit down with me. And I know that's what he wants. He wants me to go there and sit down on the couch so he can snuggle up beside me. But I had too much to do at that particular time, so he went to sleep on the towel. And then later, like I said, I got on the couch and laid down, and he jumps up off that towel the minute he saw me and run up there and just jumped on my stomach and laid down. He was a happy camper then. Looking to see. We got 21 thumbs up, y'all. It's not too bad, but we got 40 some people watching. Look like Morris. Oh, those Maine Coons are such pretty cats. The owner of the Plantation Inn Hotel, when I worked out there as desk manager, they had a Maine Coon that they brought in. And he ruled the lobby, I'm telling you. He usually stayed in the lobby most of the time. And he'd get up in the chair and he'd sit down and he'd lean back, just like a person sitting there. And the guests would come in, you know, to sign in or sign out. They'd see that cat and they'd like, what? And one of the guests asked me, they say, is that cat real? I said, yeah, he's real. He's 100% real Maine Coon cat. I said, that's just the way he loves to sit. And I've never in my life seen another cat sit that way. But he'd come and get up in that big chair, armchair, and roll around and just sit down and sit right back up with his feet up. Funniest sight I've ever seen. That's the only cat I've ever seen sit like that. Just sit up straight, just like a human being. A lion. Called him Black Baby. Yeah, you get attached to your pets. They're family. Need to send you a picture. He sits up. That's Vintage Country Girl. Well, I have an email address that's usually in the description that anybody can send me anything that they want to send. They're a little bit better, but you can see I've been coughing. And the big reason I've been coughing today is I've been making what I made, you know, in the video, and the spices that I used in it. I was breathing the vapors from the pot of the spices, and it got in my throat, started me coughing a little bit. So I've still got lingering effects from that. Because usually when it rains, you know, I'm calm. My allergies are calm. Tanny said, gotta let the dogs out. Molly is gonna have babies. Oh wow. The humid is the humidity that can make you cough as well. Usually the humidity keeps my allergies down because it keeps the air so full of moisture that the dust is not there. Yeah, she'll have to show us that cat when she can. If she emails me a picture of it, I can show it if it'll show up, on my camera, on my phone. Yeah, I have cough drops around here all the time. Beautiful calico. Looking for my email. It's hauserlinda49 at Gmail. Here, I can put it in the. There it is. That's my email. hauserlinda49 at gmail.com. I slept like a baby last night. Oh my God. But not every night. I was up a couple of nights this week already, so, or the past week. Getting ready to send. Let's see if I can bring it up on. I guess it hasn't come through yet.
Hmm.
16 years old. Wow. Yeah, I know, but these were raisin walnut oatmeal cookies. Well, I don't know if you sent an email to me with a picture. I haven't gotten it. I don't know where it went. If you send anything to me, I haven't gotten the email yet. I love cranberries or raisins in my oatmeal cookies, and walnuts or pecans, whichever I have. Strawberry and rhubarb jelly on my biscuits recipe that you showed us how to make. I made them this morning. Love them. Feline dementia. I can't imagine a cat with dementia. Seventeen years she was feral, fed with her. Won't eat or drink at times. She's pretty. I don't know how well it comes over on the screen. She's kind of black with white in places. I mean, it doesn't do her justice, on the screen, having to look at it secondhand like that. It looks like she's got a slight little bit of orange on her nose and part of her back. It looks kind of like a dark white, but it's like right in the middle of her nose, it's like a little orange. And right on her backside or her side, behind her leg is a little bit of that orangey looking color, like right over here. Pretty cat. And I got a email from a Dennis Basham. It just says looking for pictures, but the email's empty. Vintage Country Girl said, "That's me." Well, if that was you that sent the email, it's empty. There's nothing there. Yeah, Sheila's was the only one that had a picture in it. Okay, Betty Blue. We'll see you next time. You have a blessed night and a good day tomorrow. We've been on here for almost 2 hours. Has a Groucho Marx mustache. It's white on his black face. Recent. He's in a box. He does have a mustache. Look, he's in a box, y'all. It's white all under his chin, but he does have a white mustache. Look at that. I don't know how to get it to show up better. It looked like somebody took a paintbrush and painted two white marks under his nose to give him a mustache. That's cute. And it's cute that she climbed in the box. A calla, they call a tuxedo. I don't know. Right, cats love boxes. Little Buddy doesn't seem to care for them. I mean, I've had boxes in the floor. He never bothered them, never went near them. It's a pretty cat. I think that's the first one I've ever seen with a mustache like that. It looks like somebody deliberately painted two spots right under the nose. That's cute. You raised him from 1 day old? Oh, wow. Susan's going to have a runaway potato vine growing on her deck. She said if it got too tall, she'd just send it upstairs to the apartment above her. It might not get that tall. Although I've seen people put them in their offices before in a glass of water. Like I've got mine to grow slips. And that vine grew all around the top of the ceiling. All around all four walls. That's how long that vine got. Yep, God painted his mustache. Susan's dogs are 4 and 9 pounds. April's dog's 80 pounds. Well, my German Shepherd that I had years ago was 110 pounds. She was a trained security dog. They had her at Comanche Peak, and she didn't pan out, so we got her. She was a beautiful dog. And I only weighed 100 pounds then, so the dog was bigger than me. D. Hall says, I'm new here. Where are you from? I'm in Granbury, Texas. Where are you from? You love my channel. Well, thank you. What part of the country are you from, D Hall? D Hall, Hawe. West Virginia. Okay. Well, we got people from Hawaii in the chat. We got them from Ohio, Kentucky, Washington. And Catherine Bellarose is good new too. So where are you from, Catherine? Vintage Country Girl is from Virginia. I don't know where Catherine Bellarose is from. I'm originally from North Carolina, but I've been living in Texas for over 40 years now, so. Illinois is okay. This is Migrant 2003 is from Illinois. Catherine Bellarose from Medford, Massachusetts. Or Maryland, I'm not sure. I don't know my abbreviations of states, do I? Oh no, Anne. How in the world did you break your shoulder? So that was your problem all the time. It wasn't from your surgery? You had a broken shoulder? Oh, wow. Pat Butler is from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. I'm from a little town called Atkinson, North Carolina. I live in Granbury, Texas now. And there's Patty C. Hello, Patty. Oh no, she's still sick with COVID, can't stay. Well, I'm glad you popped in and hope you get to feeling better. You sound a lot like me. I have that North Carolina drawl, that southern drawl. How in the world did that surgeon break your shoulder while in surgery? Oh my God, Anne. How does that even happen? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, I'm glad they finally figured it out. At least now you can heal up and get better. But I've never heard of a surgeon breaking someone's shoulder while they're doing surgery on their neck. I mean, oh my God. Turning you over, you guess? Well, they'd have to be awfully rough with you to break your shoulder. Hmm. Well, I'm just glad they figured it out and know now where the pain's coming from. And now they can fix it so you'll heal up and maybe you won't be hurting anymore. Patty C says, I'm from New York City, born and raised there, now in North Carolina. Yeah, that's pretty rough handling, I would say, April. That was awfully rough handling, or she's got awfully weak bones. I mean, good Lord. And there's Pat Butler. I sent the pics. Hope you finally received them. I guess you're talking to me. I don't know. That's a big cat. Oh my goodness. Y'all look at the size of this cat. She's holding it in her arms. I hope you can see that. Good gracious, that is a big one. Yeah, holy moly, that's a big cat. I wish it would come through a lot clearer than that. Let's see the other one. There was two of them, I think. Sitting on her perch, her little cat perch. Well, I don't guess it's too little as that big as that cat is. Can't see that one very well. But she's sitting like a Maine Coon. She's sitting down, leaning back up against the back of that, whatever it is she's on, scratching post. And that's her belly you see in front. If I don't get so close, you can see it better. Yeah, but she's sitting there with her arms down beside her to each side. Just sitting there like a person. That's funny. That's a beautiful cat. But my goodness, how big that cat is. That cat's almost as tall as you are. Look at that. I mean, that is a big cat. How much does that cat weigh? Yeah, I bet she eats quite a bit. The size of that cat. But she's a beautiful cat. £24. Yeah, I'm glad I did too. That's a pretty cat. Big cat. That's kind of the problem I have with little buddy. He wants to get up in my lap all the time. But unless I'm sitting over there on the couch so he can hang off the side on the couch, my lap's not big enough for him. Unless I put my arms around him like that and hold him so he doesn't slide off. Because I don't have enough lap room for him. Weighing 24 pounds, that cat eats a good bit of food. Oh, wow. Your cat taught itself to use the toilet. You know, my aunt that used to live in New York, she's dead and gone now, though. But she had a cat, and they lived in an apartment, so she could never let him outside because it was just sidewalk and street. And that cat learned to go to the bathroom. She said she never had to have a litter box or anything. That cat always got up on the commode, did his business, and got down. And probably would flush the commode if he could have. Never made a mess. I said that would be nice if you could teach him to use the bathroom, the toilet, so you don't have to have litter boxes. Because I'm allergic to litter. Yeah, it's good training. I heard water running in the bathroom in the middle of the night, got out of bed and went to the bathroom, turned on the light, and found the cat on the toilet. That was a smart cat. Cat literally hates closed doors. And you never tried to teach the cat to go to the toilet? He just learned it on his own or her own? Sheila said my cat's dumb as snot. And April said my kitties want to stay outside. M. Largen he's smart. No, but he would come in the bathroom whenever we're going and then watch after we flush the toilet. Guess he just finally figured it out. April says my dog talks. Well, little buddy will meow, and he acts like you should know what he's meowing trying to tell you. He says, Aloha. That's funny, April. One of my dogs bark at me only at supper time to remind me to feed him. Oh man, it's 9 o'clock, y'all. I could quit coughing. Bossy little dog. He's just asking what's wrong with you. Did you forget to feed him? He's hungry. Give him dinner. It's 9:03 here. That's right. You're in Washington State, so you're 2 hours earlier than me. And it's 10 where Vintage Country Girl is. 10:03 here, yeah, because you're Central Time, no, you're Eastern Time. And it's 4 in Hawaii where April is. Well, I have thoroughly enjoyed this chat, and I hate to end it, but I guess we've been going for 2 hours. That's long enough, isn't it? Oh, let me check. You said you've sent a picture of your other cats. Oh, how pretty. Look at this one, y'all. He's got a little bit of orange and brown or black and white. It's a pretty cat. You're both Eastern? Was that the only one, or is there other pictures you sent? Baby girl. Oh. Look at baby girl, and she's got a heart necklace on. Oh, the picture doesn't come in real clear. Maybe if I back up a little bit. It's just not focusing very well. But this one is mostly white and got a little bit of tan and very little black and blue eyes. And it got a little heart necklace on. I wish it would just show up real well. Oh, there. Maybe. That's a little better. She's a diva. Pretty cat. She's a diva and she knows it. April says I'm a halfway house for kitties and Oreo. Let me see if I can show this one again. Put it over here to where you can see it a little better. Maybe. That is one big kitty cat. That was Baby Girl and Lucy. And that one was Raggedy Ann, the one with the mustache. So I guess that was our cuteness for tonight. Our kitty cats. Tenny said that ain't no kitty cat. That's a lion. Yeah, it's pretty much a lion, not a little kitty cat. Here, kitty kitty. Okay, y'all. Well, I've enjoyed it tremendously. I love getting in chats with y'all. I love sharing the pictures that you send me. That's neat, especially when you got pretty cats like that. I tell you what, that big cat, that that's more than the kitty cat. Like you said, that's a lion. Gave her condolences, but honestly. You're very welcome, vintage country girl. Come back to all of our chats. And again, I enjoyed it tremendously. I love getting in chat with my ladies and my guys. We have a good time. But we've been on here long enough. We've been on here pushing a little over 2 hours, so I'm not going to keep you on here any longer. I know some of you it's late, some of it it's early. You got things to do. Uh, April's got pets to take care of. So I'm going to bid y'all a good night. You have a safe night. Have a blessed day tomorrow. And I'll see you on our next one. Bye, y'all. Love you.